Hi guys, good evening or good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. It's nighttime for me. It's 11 p.m. on Labor Day. Labor Day night is 11 p.m. My kids are sleeping. They have to go to school in the morning. I should be sleeping, but instead I'm up recording this video. But I'll be asleep as soon as I get done with this. I'll go take a shower, do some skincare, and go to bed. But I wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm doing this like directly face to face because I'm going to talk to you guys like you're my girlfriend or like you're, a close friend that I've known for a long time. And I want to use YouTube and other opportunities, whether it's face to face opportunities with women or social media opportunities with women, to talk candidly about certain topics. And my whole goal is to promote positivity, to promote love, encouragement, and to help people find their self-worth. That's my whole purpose. Something inside of me has been saying, hey, you need to do this. You need to do it whenever you have an opportunity. So the topic of this video is body modification. And I kind of skimmed on the topic just a little bit in one of my videos that I posted recently. And I talked about how attractive those surgeries look to normal people like me who are constantly being shown unrealistic body images through social media. So if you have social media, whether it be Instagram or YouTube or Snapchat or whatever it is, you will constantly see bodies that have been modified through plastic surgery, whether it's a tummy tuck or a Brazilian butt lift, or if it's a breast augmentation, whatever it may be. You're going to constantly see this because it's becoming so popular, and it's almost becoming just a normal thing that you hear somebody's going to get something done on their body. And because of that, and because you're constantly being fed images of these unnatural, I wanted to say perfect bodies, but they're not perfect a lot of times. A lot of times they just look unnatural. But you're constantly being fed images of unnatural bodies with extremely small waists, nice full hips, round bums, perky breasts. And because you're constantly getting those images every day, all day, especially if you go to social media daily, you're constantly seeing, women on vacations or in, fitted outfits, and you can see that their body looks a certain way. Then those images kind of go in your subconscious, and then you start to think, is this what I should look like? Is this what is normal? Is this the standard? Am I not meeting the standards? And you can say, oh, I don't think those things. And it's not something that you consciously think. It's something that starts to happen because you're being fed those things in your subconscious. And then you start to compare yourself and what you look like to the images that you see. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've definitely done that. Okay, so my lighting is not good today. I'm sitting in front of my computer. This video wasn't meant to be a production. It was just meant to talk to you guys. So anyway, like I was saying, so just being honest, I've done those things. I've questioned myself. I'm a almost 35-year-old woman. I've had 4 children. I have a shape that's probably not attractive, the most attractive shape. I don't have any hips. I've never had hips, and I don't have hips. Even though I've had babies, I still don't have hips. So I have a very boxy shape. Probably the width of my stomach area is probably pretty much the same as my hips. So if you just go from my stomach down to my hips, that's probably the same width. Maybe my hips round out just a little bit, but it's definitely not like a super skinny waist and these big wide hips. And then I'm also very I have a very athletic build, so my upper body is very muscular naturally. I don't have to lift weights for that to happen. I just have a very thick and muscular upper body. Now, I've never really I guess I've never really questioned my shape as much as I have in the last few years. And I think that's because you just see so much on social media of people, sucking the fat from their stomach and injecting it in their butts or whatever, that you just kind of question, is this what women are supposed to look like? And of course, the answer is no. Of course it is. Women are created in all different shapes and sizes. We know that. And literally different shapes. So some people have narrow waists, some people have wide waists, some people have no hips, some people have lots of hips, some people have flat booties, some people have big booties. And those variations can be really, really beautiful. They can be beautiful. But the prevalence and the easy access to plastic surgery is removing those differences from our understanding of what a woman is supposed to look like. It's taking it away because everyone is starting to gravitate towards the same body shape. So when you have variances, you kind of look at it like, oh, that's not what I should look like, or that's not what she should look like. She should have the same shape that we see all over Instagram or all over YouTube after the surgery is complete, or whatever it may be. So basically, I'm saying all that to say is, don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in it, because, I was close to getting caught up in it. Like, I was looking at that like, man, I'm tired of doing these leg lifts on the floor, trying to, put some bulk on my gluteus medius on the side of my hips, trying to get a little bit of hips. Like, I'm tired of doing that. I just want to go ahead and get something injected there so I can have automatic hips. So, that's what I started thinking. And then I had to really think, like, what's really going on? Like, what's really going on? Why is this necessary? Like, you've gone 35 years with the body that you have. Why is it even necessary? And then you have to think, why is it necessary? Is it to please someone? No. I have a husband who I've been with for 10 years, and he's, he's perfectly fine with whatever I may look like. He doesn't care anymore at this point. He really doesn't care. So what am I trying to look good for? Am I in a career that requires me to look a certain way? No, I'm not. No one cares. My job and my personal life, no one cares. So what is the driving force behind this? Is it because me personally, I'm not happy with the way I look? So that could be the only reason. But then you hear people say all the time, oh, I got this surgery. I love myself. I love the way I look. I got this surgery just because I wanted to enhance what I already had. Or no, if you really think about it and you really go deep down into the levels and the complexities of decisions like this, it is because there is a self-worth issue. There is a self-love issue. And a lot of people won't accept that. A lot of people may disagree with that. But really, would you go underneath anesthesia? Would you go underneath a knife if you were truly 100% happy with yourself? If you were truly 100% happy with yourself, you would not need to do that. If you truly had 100% self-love, like you really loved yourself, all of your flaws, all of the parts that are perfect in your eyes, all of the parts that are just okay in your eyes. If you really had that self-love, if you really looked at yourself and had high self-worth, like you really thought highly of yourself, like 15% battery, I think I'm good. If you really thought highly of yourself, would you go change it? I don't think so. I can't see any situation or any scenario, except for if it were something that were life threatening, then I could see it. If you had an issue that was life threatening, I could see you going through those extremes to change it, even though you loved yourself. But if you really loved yourself and you say, I love myself, but I'm doing this just to enhance something, then you don't completely love yourself. You can't, or there would be no need to change it. So that's controversial. That's controversial. And a lot of people who've had plastic surgeries or body modifications, they won't admit to not loving themselves or not being completely satisfied with themselves. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with not being completely satisfied with yourself. That's just the name of the game. When you look at yourself, there are always going to be parts of yourself that you're just not 100% happy with. But if you truly love yourself, you would just leave those things alone. If they're within your control to make changes in a healthy way, in a non-invasive way, like exercise or eating healthier or whatever it may be. If it's like your hair that you're not happy with, if you go get it styled or whatever, that's different. It really is different, because nobody has ever had, generally speaking, let's not go into outliers, like, outliers that may happen, but just generally speaking, no one has ever died from getting a hairstyle, or died from eating some kale, so those things don't count. So, but like more serious issues, invasive procedures that you have to go underneath anesthesia, and you can risk dying of a blood clot, you can risk dying of complications and things like that. Can you really say that it's worth it if you truly love yourself? So that's just the question that I'm posing in this video. There's no right or wrong answers. There's only opinions and different perspectives. But when I sit here and analyze the reasons why those things were looking attractive to me, it's a self-esteem issue. It's definitely a self-esteem issue that's stemming from looking at everyone else and those images changing my perception of myself. And it happens. I'm human, but I want to, for the sake of my daughters, for the sake of other women in my life, and just for the sake of promoting self-love, I'm not going to do anything to myself, and I'm going to focus on being happy with my imperfections. And I might try to document it, because it's not easy, because my self-esteem issues probably go back. The first time I realized I had them, I think I was maybe 7th grade, 8th grade, maybe like 14. And somebody mentioned something about me, and it stuck with me. It stuck with me very heavily. And, it just continued over the years. So I think my focus is going to be on how to love myself the way it is. And that's going to be difficult. That's going to take some soul searching. That's going to take probably some journaling, probably some really deep thinking about, what it means to be me, and why I should be okay with who I am the way I am. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to take some work, because I'm going to have to change a lot of my thought processes. I'll probably even have to say out loud some days, you are beautiful, you are perfect, your body is perfect, you are perfect the way you are. Like I might have to physically say those things out loud, so that I can retrain how my mind sees myself, because right now it's been trained by Instagram and other social media and everything that's going on right now. So anyway, I'll end this video here. Let me know your thoughts. If you care to share, you guys don't like commenting on my videos. You guys will watch, but you won't comment. So comment, and follow me on Instagram. I am Everything Ebony on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube, but I am going to become more active on YouTube as well. I'm making a point to do that. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.